Welcome to the Boxing Bookie. We are back. I am joined here with my boy Jonny from Jonny Says. Jonny, you have a little you're glitching out a little bit. You're freezing up a little bit. You're okay. I can hear you fine, but you're freezing on your end.
Really? So it's from my end, it's super clear. Is it still glitching?
You're clear. You're crystal clear. You're audible. You sound good. You just keep freezing.
Okay. I don't know what to
You're
tell
good.
you.
You're good.
All right.
Yeah, you're good.
If it keeps freezing, I'll just I don't know. I don't know because it looks perfect. You're not glitching. It's coming clear perfectly here.
All right. All right. So, shout out, plug your channel, shout out your channel, all that stuff.
I'm guys. If you're not following me, do it. Jonny Says Boxing. I'm trying to see if we're live here. It should be streaming on both. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And then if you're watching on my channel, go follow Gary at 3D Boxing. We're gonna have some fun here breaking down the card, guys. There were some technical difficulties on StreamYard, so we lost about 10 minutes. I probably only have about 40 minutes. So Gary, man, let's do this.
Let's get there. So first off, the Laura Janibek fight, I'm guessing you've heard, is off. Not going to happen. I don't know what Janibek tested positive for. Did you get the details on that, Jonny?
Melendium. Type in MELODIUM. It's basically a banned substance that allows the body to recover quicker. It's a banned substance that resets our central nervous system. It's on the WADA and VADA no usage list. Type in MELDONIUM. Meldonium.
Meldonium. Let's see. It is also known as mildronate. It's a cardioprotective and anti-ischemic drug developed by Latvia. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
insane.
Where's Muscles when you need him? Where's Muscles when you need him? He could have explained what the hell this is.
Well, I just told you. I covered this earlier in my first live stream. What it is, what athletes use it for is to. So what happens when we're stressed out and our bodies are pressed to exhaustion? Because I'm a strength and conditioning coach. What happens is you see this drug used a lot with cyclists, people in the Tour de France. You see it used with extreme long distance runners. Our central nervous system, our CNS, it needs a reset. You can't just all gas, no brakes. What meldonium does is it speeds up that reset. It expedites the recovery process, and it allows you to go longer, further. So for boxers, it sounds like it's perfect if you don't get caught.
Yeah, it likes it. Yeah, my
if you don't get caught.
Longer and faster too.
Exactly.
All right, let's go. I mean, we'll just touch on that real quick because I like Laura on points at plus 700. I hadn't placed it yet, but I was going to take Laura by decision. Real quick, elevator pitch. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but what were your thoughts on that fight prior to it being canceled?
I'll be real brief, man. I wanted to see the fight. I was excited about that fight. I was still kind of like 70-30 on is Janibek the real deal. I watched him fight and play with Andre Mikhailovich. Somebody should have went to prison for that. I think I was leaning towards Alam Hanalei. I was 42 years old. I mean, it's a tough one for me to bet on. Bud's 38. I mean, you see the oldies doing the damn thing. Usyk's up there. You know, Bernard Hopkins had a nice little run in his 40s form. So we've seen it before. I was going to lean towards Alam Hanalei, but it's a moot point now.
Yep. All right, I didn't want to spend too much time on that.
Yeah.
Let's get. I want to first, before we get to the card, I want to ask you about this Australian fight.
Yeah.
I don't have it on this book.
You're probably talking about Paul Fleming versus Jake Wiley.
Yeah, against Jake Wiley and Paul Fleming. Wiley minus 290. Is that too wide? Is Paul Fleming the bet here? We can break it down.
Paul Fleming is my dog of the week. Paul Fleming just turned 37 years old. Yeah, we haven't seen him in about 2 years. Here's the pitch. Give me 1 minute. Paul Fleming fought Charlie Suarez about 2 years ago. It's Fleming's only loss. Fleming is an Australian Olympian, really slick southpaw, long for the division, was beating Suarez at every angle of that fight until the 12th, until he ran out of gas, until he got stopped. It was his first loss. And if Paul Fleming is 70% of what he was 2 years ago, he showcases on Wiley. So that's my dog of the week.
I just finished the tape on Wiley. I haven't gotten to the tape on Fleming yet. I did the tape on Wiley. I'm gonna be honest.
Like what you see. You'll
With
like what you see
Wiley?
from Fleming.
Oh, I
You'll like what you see, dude.
I did not like what I saw with Wiley.
Yeah.
Uh,
He's
the
kind
only
of yeah.
thing about my head with Fleming was the Charlie Suarez fight. I was like, oh, he looked okay in that fight, right? But I don't really remember too much. So I was like, all right, this is probably a Wiley win. I'm watching the tape on Wiley. I'm like, Wiley does not look like a 3-1 favorite. Like, this is
No.
wild.
No, what I'm hoping, what I'm leaning for is the fact that everybody down here in Australia over the last 10 years, we've known how good Paul Fleming is. We know how good Paul Fleming when he's at his best. He is 37 though. I know one of my buddies down here has seen him in camp. Another one of my buddies down here has sparred with Jake Wiley for this camp, and people are expecting Paul Fleming to take that matchroom sort of momentum that Wiley got after a loss against George and use that to have one last push on the international stage because it'll be kind of a, in my opinion, for the skills of Fleming, it would be kind of a travesty if he retires and hangs them up without ever having an international go. So I expect him to look the best he's ever looked.
And then the other one I want to talk to you about real quick, two fights. Justice Uni. A lot of people ask me if could lose. What
That
are your
fight is
thoughts on
off.
that?
Justice Huni fight no
Justice
longer
Uni's off.
fighting. He lost. He's experiencing a death in his camp.
All right, and then Jai Apataya by stoppage. Are we certain that Jai Apataya gets the
Yeah.
stoppage?
So
That's the only.
there's two bets. Jai Pataya, people are getting really excited about rounds 1 through 4. I think it's $2.02. I like rounds 1 through 6 at $1.56, I think, but he stops him.
Okay. I'm just gonna parlay Apataya by a stoppage. It was
Yeah.
decent on my book. Yeah.
What is that? Like $1.34? What's it? What's
I don't know how y'all do that. I can't do the math how you guys do. I'll just tell you what we have in America, and then we can try to
Okay.
translate it together.
Yeah. What is it? Minus
wanna say
700?
I think it may have gotten worse. It was minus 400 originally, but I may have missed the boat on it. What is it now? Oh wow, it's all the way down to minus 1,000. So it's $1.10, I guess you guys would say.
Yeah. For the stoppage?
Yeah.
That's
It's
insane.
kind of
So this is
wild. Yeah,
so
maybe
this
I'll
is
lay off
like
that now.
yeah, exactly. So this is what I was telling people on the live earlier is the fact that if you're gonna get sexy and the only way to make money on that fight is by picking the round over and under. If you're not gonna do that, stay away.
On my book, I have 1 through 6 minus 220. Is that a bet?
That's the move. It's juicy enough to add to a parlay. What is that? A 50% return?
Almost, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the move. That's the play I'm gonna take on this fight. 1 through 6. And if you want to get real froggy, 1 through 3.
Let me address this, Kyle Thompson. Am I still taking Ramos by KO? Yes. Yes,
Hell
I am.
yeah.
Guys, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Like, share, comment, subscribe. If you're here for Jonny, please subscribe to my channel. If you're here for my channel, please subscribe to Jonny's channel. We both have our links pinned in the chat. For his membership and my membership, we're all linked here. All right, let's get into the card. Let's start off with the main event.
Okay.
Cruz and Pitbull Cruz and Lamont Roach. I changed my mind after watching the tape on this. I was 51-49 in favor of Cruz when they first announced the fight. After watching the tape, I'm now like 60-40 in favor of Roach. What are your thoughts on it? What are your thoughts on this? Break it down.
Yeah. So I broke this fight down. It's uploaded on my channel. I've done a Stats Zone live video on this. Similar. When it got announced, I was leaning towards Cruz. He is going to be the A side here. But when I started watching the tape, even watching, like, for instance, Pitbull's last 5-6 fights, he literally gives you, we've seen him lose before. We've seen him win by knockout before. We've seen him win a split decision before. We've seen him lose a split decision before. That front-footed style, he wants to put his head on your chest. He gives you both shoulders, comes in on that line, exits on that line. That sort of team, that kind of like recreated his like customado peekaboo style to make it work for him. He throws hooks over the top, not a lot of straight shots. I just think Lamont Roach is in a different class in terms of skill and technique. I like, I'm interested to see Roach at 40. We've seen him, recently at 35. We know he was big for 30. He's going to be the taller guy. He's going to have the longer reach. And people are like, watch the Renee Gueron fight, because I asked the Discord, I was like, how does Roach handle a pressure fighter? You know what I mean? And then you have to ask yourself, how does Pitbull handle a nice sort of like skilled counter boxer? We've kind of seen both of them. And I like Lamont Roach in this fight. I think that A sides and B sides won't really matter here. And
Yeah.
that's where my money's at.
So we have a couple of bets. I want your take on this. A couple of bets that I would sign off on. First, over 10.5. I love minus 475. I think that's a great parlay piece. I see no way that this thing doesn't go the over. But I also like Roach by decision at minus 130. I wish it was a little closer to even, but I think that's decent value. And Lamont Roach minus 225 money line.
All of it.
What would be
all of it? I love the over. I love Roach on points. I love the fight to go the distance. I love under one knockdown. I don't think either guy is going to get dropped. I don't think either guy is going to get stopped. I think it goes the distance. I think you could get creative with building a sort of multi with this fight. But that's the move. Look, man, I've never watched a Pitbull fight and left thinking like, damn, dude, this dude is like, this is the guy. Like it's just not. If I don't know. He's just never really truly blew me out the water or impressed me. So every time he fights a skilled boxer, I'm gonna side with the boxer.
So here's my issue with Roach, right? And I'm picking Roach too, but I just want let me push back a little bit. Roach is a pure,
yeah. There is pushback.
Roach is a pure counterpuncher. He never goes first.
Yeah,
never goes first. Could he just get overwhelmed and start shelling up with a guy that he's violent? Pitbull Cruz is violent, and he's fairly athletic. He's fairly fast. Can Cruz just overwhelm him? Because, like I said, Roach never goes first.
It's a question you have to ask, because that's why that Tank Roach fight kind of really showed a lot about it. It's really tough to use that performance if you're pro Roach for this performance, considering the styles are so contrasted between Tank and Pitbull, right? Tank is going to want to counter as well. And that little catch and shoot game that happened in the middle of the ring was really fun to watch. That's not what this is going to be. This is going to be, you know what, man? For the lack of power, even though Zepeda has a higher knockout to win ratio, it might look like Zepeda versus Shakur. You know what I mean? Like that front foot style, pressuring, Shakur exiting, angling, countering, cutting the ring. In terms of contrasted styles, or it could look like, I was trying to wrestle with the fact of like, how does Roach lose this? I think if Roach loses this, he probably gets punished. Do you think do you think Pitbull could win a decision?
Not really. I did originally. That was my original guy. Watch it. He's gonna have to win it on volume, right? But if he really starts to open up, he's just gonna get. When he uses his jab, I think he is so good. But
when does he use his jab though? When?
What was the Fioro? Was it Fioro that he used the jab?
Fioro
used the jab.
And people said there's controversy about that fight. That's why that rematch was being called. I'm not going to say he didn't win that fight, but I mean, was the jab really? Does he ever use the jab with intention? You know what I'm saying? The jab is usually kind of like a feeler. Hey, just we know what he wants to do. It's kind of a start to a means to the end. It's not like a jab that's gonna, like a Richardson Hitchens jab. It's not a jab that's supposed to do.
It's a good jab. It sets everything else up. Now he's just looking to get inside behind his head movement, and it's like it's not going to work against a guy. I'm a big work. Everything comes off the stick. Stick your way in. Stick your way out.
Same.
And he's
I think the
opposite of that.
If he's not going to do that game plan, offensive game plan, the Roaches are way too skilled, smart for that. That's not going to work against him. The whole
I agree.
How's that going to work? That's a pretty one-dimensional game plan. Now, what if he does come out? What if he does come out and fights Roach at a different range? Have we ever seen? What if he chooses to fight at a different distance? That would be shocking. I'd be shocked.
Yeah, now I'm asking you to get the biggest win of your career fighting outside of your strength. I just don't like that. Like always get it. My fight. Fight your fight. Make
Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor 3. Like what
Yeah.
Amanda Serrano did against Katie Taylor, I thought that was a horrible game plan in the trilogy. She tried to fight a clean. She tried to fight a
I
cleaner
do
fight.
and I don't. I agree with you, but she was at the part where I think she was at the point where Marquez was at in the fourth fight with Pacquiao. I was like, it doesn't matter how bad I beat her, they're not going to give me a decision, so I got to try something else here.
But
You know what I'm saying?
would you agree that third one though was the one of all three that wasn't as close?
It was
Like
close,
her,
but I thought she clearly. I thought Katie Taylor clearly won the third fight.
yeah, with that game plan of her trying to fight a little cleaner at a different
Yeah,
range, kind of like negating what got her there, negating what makes Amanda Serrano great. That gritty, fighting her in a closer distance in the pocket. She was trying to fight her at Katie's backhand time counter is fucking one of the best in the sport, man.
oh, it's
Right?
so good.
Jesus,
Yeah,
what are
male
we
or
talking about?
female, her timing is
Really,
like the best in the sport. Yeah,
100%. I would say, guy. I mean, I'd put it up there with anybody in the sport, man. And when it
yeah.
and she tried to fight that fight against her. Like what? I thought that was a bad game plan.
And I mean, she's so good. Serrano is so good. She was so competitive in the
Yeah,
fight, but she
I
lost.
had
Yeah, she
her. I
clearly
lost
lost.
that
Yeah.
fight. I picked Amanda. I'm Amanda fan. That's why I
See,
can kind of yeah.
I took
I'm
Katie
hard on
because
her.
I just knew if it was close, it's gonna go to Katie. Like if it's
Yeah,
close, it goes to Katie. And I think if
true.
they fought 10 times, it would be close 10 times.
100%. They're made for each other. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you watch
Um.
Taylor Serrano, and then when we get other female fights, and it's not the skill isn't that at that level, you see the differences in skill gap.
All right. All right. So. All right. So we both. Do you like the over in the Cruz fight?
100, dude. I don't like using words like, for me personally, I tend to stay away from absolutes. But the over in this fight and the
You
distance to me,
absolutely stay away from absolutes.
I absolutely talk about a circle theory. I just think that, I think that that's one of those fights that you can feel comfortable on picking the distance.
I think so too. I think the distance. So let's start with this. On a 2-leg parlay, how do we feel about Isak, the over on the Isak Cruz fight, and Jai Apataya with a stoppage 1-6? How's that for a 2-leg parlay?
I mean, to even get us on the board with a victory, why not just because why not just do the first thing, the over, and then just pick Jai by stoppage?
Just
Because
because
j- just for the
let's see.
sake, because I know the chat can kind of just to give like a 100% victory. Because if you remember, Jai fought the Italian in Australia a couple months ago, and everybody was picking Jai early, and then he broke the dude's jaw, I think in the seventh or something like that. So it's like just to get on the board for us to advance to the next round, let's just take the over and Jai by stoppage. And what's that pay?
What minus 1,000 by the stoppage now. It was minus 400, then it was minus 700. Now it's minus 1,000. So right now, a
Jesus.
2-leg parlay, Cruz and Roach over, Jai Apataya stoppage. We're at minus 303 on a 2-leg.
And let's put
So
another one on there.
Well, we will. I
Okay.
think I got one. Let's get into the fight that I think is the most 50-50 of all the fights this weekend. Fulton and
Shot.
and Icewater.
Yeah, I agree.
I haven't done the tape on this yet, but I already know who I'm picking. I have not done the
Yeah.
tape yet on this, so I will reference it
Yeah.
with that. But I know who I'm picking.
Me too. So my upload today. So I uploaded the co-main in Monaco yesterday, the British Commonwealth title, which is a really fun fight there with Conor Walker taking on my brain's fried. Conor's fighting Pat McCormick, and then I uploaded Pitbull versus Roach, and the upload today was going to be Alam Hunalay and Lara, but we know that's not happening, so I have to scrap that. And then I've done this one too, Shock versus Fulton, and the Figueroas have been on my no bet list. I talk about it all the time. Ever since Omar Figueroa fought Abel Ramos, I was like, there's always some weird shit. So when Brandon fought Fulton, I didn't have a lot of high hopes for Fulton. He was coming, a weird performance. We saw him get stopped against Inoue, and then all of a sudden he fights, and Brandon looks the way he looked, and Cole Boy goes viral for wearing his Timbs in the ring, and I'm like, what the? I just couldn't get a read. And
We
then
do understand that he wasn't wearing Timbs, that they were
I know,
boxing
yeah,
shoes that look like
of
Timbs. All
course,
right,
of
cool.
course, of
I
course.
want people to know that. I got
People who
text messages from people like, "What the hell is this?" Like they're
no,
boxing
people who
shoes.
think people who don't understand that they never boxed before. They don't understand what the canvas surface is. They
Yeah,
don't understand what ankle support is. Yeah, they were obviously cosmetic, right? But it
right.
was a cool move. It was a cool move to have one of the best fights of the last 5 years of your career, and to have that go viral. It kind of got him this fight. And then with Shock, man, if Shock had a little bit of Arturo Gatti in him, if Shock had, but he does though, because we've
He
seen him
does. See,
down on
that's what
the
I'm saying. He does. We
that.
saw it in the Rocky Hernandez fight.
Yes, we've seen him come back from. We've seen him come. He like the Hobson Conceição first fight when he was like I thought he won that fight. Like that was crazy. That decision to me. That was the one where he like emotionally broke down afterwards. And then the second time it was also real close. I don't want to say I was bummed out, but I thought adjustments would have been made in a different way. But he did what he had to do. From a skill perspective, I don't even think it's close, dude. I think Shock Foster, like he does, real tight. He could. It's almost like he play with his food. There's something about sort of the gears that, or the lack thereof, as a fan, what you want to see from him, then maybe we think that he's more capable of what he's really capable of. But I'm taking Foster. I think that he should handle Fulton.
I think he handles them too. I think it's competitive. I think no matter how this fight happens, if it happens in the mid range, which I don't think it will, Shaki is faster, stronger, bigger, and more
I
skilled.
think
He
he
wins
big
the fight.
brothers him. I think
Yeah.
I could see him big brother in him.
If the fight happens out long range, Shaki's way sharper, and he's got a bigger puncher. He's just better. He's better all around. He's better everywhere. I don't really see a distance where Fulton can win this fight. I like Fulton. But to
He's a
me,
dog.
the only thing is, does Oshaki give the fight away on volume? Does he just not throw? That's the only thing I can see. The only way I can see Fulton winning this is if Shaki throws 20 punches around. But my bet is Shaki by decision.
My, my, my issue,
Yeah.
my issue with that, is I don't know that Fulton has the power to have Foster respect him enough to not go downhill. Because if we're talking seventh, eighth round and Fulton is down, I can see Foster turning it up and trying to punk him and like pouring it on.
So do we like the over 10.5 or what do we like? Do we like?
What's the money line, real quick? What are the odds, real quick?
Oshaki minus 110, Fulton minus 115.
Rather than getting sexy, I'm just taking Foster on the money line because Foster on the money line on this 3-leg is already going to put us in the green, right?
Let's do it. Yeah, with this 3-leg, we're at plus 154, so we're nicely. So guys, okay. I'm good with it. We want to put our balls on the table here. Shotgun on money line.
You tell me. Inoue stops Fulton at 126 pounds in the 8th round. I know we don't like doing this. What I'm saying though is, Shock Foster is way bigger than that, dude. And if he's up on the cards and Fulton starts taking unnecessary risks to try to punch himself back into it, which he doesn't have that power to do it, which I don't expect Foster even to respect the power, I can see Foster pouring it on and stopping him. I mean, that's not my pick. I would feel more comfortable with Foster on the money line than Foster by decision. That's all I'm saying.
All right, let's do it. Balls on the table. Plus,
yeah.
I'm with it. Here's your guys. Here's your parlay. Over 10.5, Cruz Roach, KO, Jaya Battaglia by stoppage, and Oshaki Foster on the money line, plus 154. Place that bet now. Get rich on Saturday. Thank us on Sunday.
Bookmark it.
That's the one.
For sure. I'm riding that one. I feel, yeah, and you guys don't have to agree with me. It just, like, I feel more comfortable with Foster on the money line than trying to pick how it goes, because it could go not every fight, but I definitely see a lead up in the media the last few weeks of how these two have been going at it. I think there's a little bit something on it.
We all right. I'm I'm on board with him. I didn't want to roll the dice like this without Jonny signing off on this. But if Johnny's good, I'm very confident, guys. I also think this is a good standalone bet. If you're looking for a close to even money standalone bet,
Yeah.
Oshaki Force on the money line is the way to go. Thank you
Oh,
for.
Do we got any comment? What are the boys saying? What's the chat saying? Because I can't see it.
Oh, you can't. Team Fulton. If Fulton can get Figs respect, why can't he get Shaq's? Because Figs stands in front of you. Figs is there. Figueroa. I love Figueroa. Both of them. They're my favorite fighters to watch. But they sit there and stand in front of you, and and they block punches with their face, right? Like this, it's not the same thing. Like he's not going to be able to just sit there and I'm not saying Fulton is feather fisted. I'm saying like he's not going to hit Fulton clean enough times to get his attention. PJ the promoter said, "What's up?"
Fulton hasn't won by stoppage in 6 years. Like he's not. He only has 8 knockouts. He's a smaller dude.
Yeah.
You have to. Yeah, Jesus Ramos. I'd add him to it. Maz B, what's up, Playboy? I would add Jesus Ramos, but we don't want to get too. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Like
I had Marcus. I had Marcus in my chat yesterday. I've never had Marcus in my chat Marcus came through the other day in my live stream. Ohio Runs Boxing.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
He was in my chat the other day.
That's good. He's a good dude, man.
Yeah.
He actually went to Riyadh to see Abdullah become a world champion.
Oh, for real?
He was with him. Yeah, dude.
That's dope. That's dope.
It was real dope. I gotta get on my international game because
I can't see this. I get this a lot, Kyle. I'll let you respond to this too, Jonny. Fulton's gonna outbox him. I can't see that.
I can't see that. So you're saying Fulton's the quicker, more? You think Fulton has better reflexes than Foster?
I can't. This is the one thing. If Fulton's going to win this, he's going to win it on the inside, grinding away, like the way that he beat Figueroa. He's not going to win it from the outside, outboxing him and moving. I can't see this at all.
No. That's it. I mean,
we're going to see. I know both these guys well. Fulton's a little guy. Shaq's a lot bigger. He's a lot bigger.
Yeah, you have to talk about like bone structure, shoulder width, hip density. It's not just height and it's not just what they're weighing on the scales. The musculoskeletal system, you know what I mean? Like the framework of a guy. Shock is way bigger than Fulton. I mean, a couple inches, like thicker. You can see it. Have you met? So you know these boys?
I know both of them real well. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've met them in person?
Both many times, many times.
Yeah.
I for years when they were both coming up on PBC, I always would ask Fulton because Figueroa was my Texas boy, and Fulton fought a bunch of times in Texas early in his career. I got to talk to him a lot. I like him a lot. I always ask him about fighting Figueroa. Like, let's fight Figueroa. Let's fight Figueroa. Right. And then they went on and fought twice. But and then Oshaki's my dude. Like that's my guy. So like my picture in my Discord is me and Shockey. Shockey's my guy. This is the one thing, a little showtime. The one thing that does scare me about betting on Foster. The one hesitation I'd have is just the volume. The volume. Is he gonna just give rounds away? Yeah. That is concerning to me. But I it's not concerning enough for me. Like I still say at -110, I would say that is a very good bet on Oshaki. Let's get into Ramos and Sugar Shane Mosley, Spicy Shane Mosley, whatever they call him.
Is that what they call him?
They did for a while. Another guy I like a lot, Shane Mosley Jr. And Ramos, another guy. I know these two guys really well too. This is a beatdown to me. I like Shane Mosley. I think he's got decent skills, but Ramos is just so much better than him across the board. I think this is a one-sided beatdown. Honestly, I think Ramos stops him in the middle rounds, and it's a 6th, 7th round knockout, and it's bloody and ugly.
Yeah, I was at the fight when he lost the split to David Toussaint on the undercard of Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn in Brisbane, Australia. And when that happened in 2017, he went in as a huge favorite, lost to Toussaint, and I was like, that's it. The show, the side show's over. And then having watched and paid attention to his career, to see that he's a legit fighter, man. You know, a lot of props. I give a lot of props to Mosley Jr. At 154 pounds, Jesus Ramos was one of my favorite fighters. He's still
Yep.
young. I think when you look at his, people will be pretty shocked. What is Jesus? Early 20s, mid 25 at
I
the
want.
oldest?
Yeah, if he is 20, he's super young still. I think 24, 25. Yeah,
And this will be he's 24. He's only 24. This will be
24.
his
Yeah.
first fight at 160, I think, right?
Well, I saw him in a fight in Mississippi in 2020. I want to say it might have been 2019. And he was 140. He was so freakishly big. Yeah.
He fought at 140. Dude, that southpaw, that, you know, marauding body work, like I think he's gonna overwhelm Mosley Jr. I like Ramos by stoppage here,
I like
which is a
Ramos by. I don't have a prop on him by stoppage. Do you have a prop? I only have him on money line, but I definitely like him by stoppage. If you guys can
which is
get
a
it.
bit disrespectful considering Shane's never been stopped, and I don't really like. I'm not doing. Look, no shade on Mosley Jr. I met his pops a few times down here in Sydney. Talk about a guy with some I have big hands, man. My dad was 6'4". I have massive hands, and I remember shaking the pops' hands. I was like, holy, this dude's paws were just massive. I assume the son has mitts on him too, but I'm gonna see if I can find that prop. Yeah,
Shane Mosley Jr. I get this was his third pro
a
fight, but
dollar 74. $1. So
there you
that's
go.
100 on the stoppage gets you your money back plus $74. So that's
I
minus
would definitely
300.
take that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I would take that.
that's great. That's gonna be my prop of the week.
I Shane Mosley Jr. lost to this fighter from Dallas. You can look him up. His name is Mark Christopher Atkins. Shane Mosley Jr. lost to him. I'm just putting that. I know it was a long time ago, but he lost to a guy named Mark Christopher
Yep,
Atkins.
September 20th, 2014.
79. Thank you for the super chat, my man. It says Ramos by decision. If you need explaining, I got you.
Bring him on.
I can. You want to bring him on? 79 is my guy. I'll drop the link in the chat for 79. I don't have a whole lot of time, but yeah.
Yeah, I probably got about 9 minutes, and that's pushing it.
All right. Last thing, I wanted to get it. Well, Martin and Rancis. Who do we got in this? This is, to me, is a no bet. I'm not touching this, but go ahead.
I mean, we just haven't seen Frank Martin in forever. Rancis, I mean, I was talking about Frank Martin on my earlier live stream about he's one of these guys that people just love him. He has this thing about him. He doesn't really talk a lot of trash. He doesn't post too much. But when a fight announced, people get stoked to see Frank Martin fight. Didn't have an amateur career. You know what I mean? We haven't seen him since Tank Davis. When Tank Davis is more active than you, it's like, what's going on, dude? You know what I'm saying? Tank has had one more fight since that fight, and we haven't seen Frank since. So, and Rancis, was he a world champion? Did he ever win?
Rancis was 2-division world champion, 35.
That's what
40.
I'm saying. So, yeah. So I mean, he's in there with a real guy. I'm trying to pull up the odds real quick.
5-1. 30. He was a world champion at 30 and 35. I want to say. I don't think he.
Yeah. So
he's in there with. Yeah.
I don't know if
he
I'm going
beat
to bet.
Shafikov. Remember that was a great fight. That was a beautiful fight where he beat Shafikov. That was for 35. Yeah.
How old is he? He's 39 now.
I would take Frank Martin. But I'm just, both of these guys are very inactive. Regis Bartolome's last two wins are those last two fights are JC Ramirez in April of 2024 and Omar Juarez in May of 2023. He probably lost that Juarez fight. That was probably a horrible decision.
Yeah, it was.
So really his last win was Gustavo David Vittori in 2021.
5 years ago.
I'm not betting on this guy. Yeah.
And he got
I'm not
stopped
betting on this guy.
And GAR stopped him right after that. It's not. I'm gonna watch that fight because I like watching Frank Martin fight, and we'll see what he looks like. But I don't look what we have working here, boys. You mix this with a couple fights in Australia and a couple fights in the UK. I don't need to be betting on all these fights. I told the boys, I want to end on this. Last week with all those C-level, we had like 40 C-level fights. I told the boys you don't have to bet on every single fight. Is this 79?
Oh wait, what happened? He just dropped off.
79, Playboy.
79. He's right back in. I just had you on. All right, shoot. I wanted his take on that.
Yeah, I wanted to hear the decision too. Go back to what did 200 say about Isaac?
People like Frank. What happened?
79.
Wait.
I think even a fresh Frank could lose that fight.
I got it. What happened at 79? I mean, let me hit him up real quick. I got like 4 minutes. I wanted to let 79 sound off on this. Hang on. All right. The last thing, if we can get 79 back on, hopefully we can. So, are you touching Frank Martin, or are you laying off of this? I'm not touching this fight.
I'm not betting that fight.
All right. And then the other fight, not on this card, that I did want to touch on real quickly was Mossad and McGrail.
Yeah. So give me a second. Mossad and McGrail. I have McGrail like a 2-1 dog right now.
Yeah.
I have to watch about another fight of each guy. I did about half of what
we got him. I got him. Here he is. 79. Can you hear us okay?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah. We got you loud and clear.
Dang, there's like a 5-second delay on my mic.
Let me have you on 79. You come on my stream whenever I'm live. You can come on Johnny's too if he wants. You can come on my stream and we can talk. Cause I think this is a beatdown. I want to hear your take on why this goes the distance.
Hold up. Hey. God damn.
We got you. We can hear you.
We can hear you good.
Okay, it keeps cutting out for some reason. All right. So I watched Ramos in Vegas, and me and the real both agreed he struggles to get KOs, 100%.
Is there a
he will struggle all throughout the first half. You know, all throughout the first half of a fight is what I'm saying.
What do you mean by struggle?
Yeah.
He just doesn't land enough to get stoppages in the first half of a fight. And these are against guys I don't think are better than... I don't think Mosley Jr. is that good, but I think he's good enough to not get stopped pretty much. I think this will just be like a shutout decision.
You know what? I'm looking at the box truck on him. He's not wrong. He stopped Guido Schramm in the 7th. He dropped Jason Rosario, who's 1,000 years old and completely shot in the 8th. He dropped Johan Gonzalez in the 9th. It took him 7 rounds to stop Spencer. You know what? I still think he's going to get the stoppage. But you make a fair point here.
It wouldn't surprise me.
It's that style, though.
It wouldn't surprise me. It's just I don't know what value we're getting on either of them because my book doesn't have props for the fight.
He was getting it. What was it? It was $1. It was minus 300. You said
$1.70. Yeah, minus 300.
Decent value.
Yeah, I don't know. I might just stay away from this in general because I don't like his money line value. I think he'll win, like I said, but I just don't like anything at minus 1,000 and above. You know what I mean?
Appreciate you, John. You want to plug your? Oh, Johnny's gone. All right. No, Ramos trains with his uncle and stuff. He's not an RGPA. I think Lamont decision. I like Roach by decision boxing Wiz. All right. And now that I got you here, 79, I'm gonna wrap in a minute or two, but I just let me get you taking a couple of other Anything that we've gotten wrong? Fulton, you want to weigh in on Fulton? You want to weigh in on Roach and Isaac Cruz? Anything you want to weigh in on?
Yeah, I got Roach by decision. I think he'll actually dominate this fight. I think
Roach
that
by
he's
decision.
extremely fast and sharp, and a lot of people don't realize this about Roach, but while he is a boxer, he works on the inside almost the whole fight.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So against the guy who's sloppy and throws all these overhands, I just don't think it'll go good for Cruz. I could be wrong, but I just don't see Cruz being able to do much against him. He's really hard to hit clean.
After watching the tape on it, I agree with you. I thought Cruz had a good shot. I thought he was going to overwhelm him and stuff. I watched the tape. Now he's going to. I think Roach is going to pick him apart. Actually.
Yeah, I agree. The Fulton and the Fulton and Foster fight, I think they got the line perfect.
Yeah,
I think we need to see it draw.
Really? So let's see what that what's a draw plus 1,600. What's a draw on that? Hang on.
I got plus 1,300 for it. I already bet it. I know that's not. You want more for a draw? Yeah, I already did it. Right when the fight was announced and I could do it, I already did it.
I am getting plus 1,400 on a draw. Not bad. All right, I'm gonna end. I gotta drop off. I had to go 5 minutes ago. And you want to close with anything? 79. I'll give you the last word here.
Well, I appreciate you letting me on.
Of course, anytime you want, my man. Anytime.
Sometime we'll have to get me, Jonny, you, Breaking Bad. We'll have to get every YouTuber in the boxing community on and just hash it out.
Yeah, well, I'll try to get you on. I'll try to get Tommy and Paulie on. I'm gonna try to put that all together.
All right, man, that sounds good.
All right, I'm gonna wrap this now. I gotta wrap this, guys. It's December 2nd. From Texas to the world, from me and 79. Thank y'all, and God bless.
See y'all.
Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3D Boxing is on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.